so hungry.
Hey everyone, it's me, Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl, here for another episode of To the Right Thing with Mikey and Jamie. Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi. Penny's here too. She's going to try and
Hi,
keep quiet today.
Hi, Pen. That's never going to happen.
Oh, you called her Pen Pen. That's what I call her.
That's what you guys call her. I know her name. I am ready to be back in the studio. I have to be honest. This is getting a little old.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
would like to
Don't
see
you
your
think?
actual head and not just your Zoom head.
At least you get to see my Zoom head, which I get to use that fancy feature that says, what does it say? Enhance appearance.
Yeah. It's very
So
subtle of
you
them.
get to click that. It's
Look
like
less
enhance.
awful.
I have to be honest. I'm excited to see you again in person, of course, but I just want hauls. We haven't eaten in an episode in 2 months, 3 months. I just want a haul.
Okay. I thought you meant halls like the cough drops. I was
Oh.
like, what? You can get those just like one click them or something.
Worst podcast episode ever. The Halls
So-
episode.
Mike tastes hauls.
Crazy. All right. Well, this episode is a good one. It's the stay-at-home food trends episode because, it's funny. For whatever reason, there are trends that have been emerging during this whole quarantine, and a lot of it's back to basics. But we're discussing 4, I guess, trends today, and how you can hungry girlify, for lack of a better word, the trends, or how we're partaking or avoiding these trends. And I think it's going to be a really good episode.
I think so too. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
Good. No peanut butter, Mike.
Oh.
Oh, well, all right. I'm out. You guys can finish this without me. I'm done.
Well, how are we going to begin this lovely and fine episode?
Okay, this has been spotted by a podcast listener. We got a text from, she didn't put her name, so I can't say her name, but Trader Joe's now has dill pickle hummus. I believe Hungry Girl employee Erin has tried it, and she says it's great. And the person who texted said it's great. So when we do our next Trader Joe's haul, we have to get this. And I was thinking bagel chips, right? Wouldn't it be perfect with bagel chips?
Yeah. Yum. And wait, what goes with pickles? I just feel like could you imagine a little slider, like a burger slider? I know maybe that's weird.
Yes. No.
On a chip with hummus. I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah.
Could do a
Yum.
dip swirl with some mustard.
Ooh, yeah, there's many things. We might have to do a
Yes.
whole episode just on this hummus.
I do like pickle. I like pickle stuff. The one thing, what did we get that was terrible? Oh, those pickle marshmallows. Do you remember
Ooh,
those?
I do. Oh, no, wait. Was it candy canes or did we get both?
Both. The
Yeah.
marshmallows I bought 10 boxes of, and they sat on my desk. I was going to give them as gifts, and I just stared at them. But I do like pickle flavor stuff, and I think that I would definitely give these a try. I like those almonds that we wrote about.
Do you know that
Blue Diamond.
hundreds and hundreds of people ordered those off Amazon after we featured it? I think they might have sold out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think people are just interested in anything new and different, and pickle stuff that is not gross, like savory pickle stuff, I think does really well. That's
Yeah.
why I think this hummus is going to be good. But wait, somebody texted you. How do people text you, Mike, again?
805-380-8075. And
So if anybody finds anything good on shelves or delivered to their door somehow, they should let you know about it.
yeah, they can text it to me, and she sent a picture too of the actual container. So you can send just like a normal text. You can send pictures, maybe even
But
videos.
make sure whatever pictures you send, Mike, are clean.
Yes.
People.
Safe for work. Just because we're working from home doesn't mean it doesn't need to be safe for work.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, put a picture of the pickle hummus up on our show page.
Okay, I will.
Cool.
Done.
Also, I'm looking at you now, and I see that you have a mohawk.
I do.
So I think Jamie, we have to put a picture of this up because Jamie, last night I was just having a great Sunday night because today is Monday, even though the podcast goes up on Wednesday. And I'm watching 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, trying to have a pleasant evening. And then very, very highly anticipating American Idol. And I get a Facebook alert where Jamie's like, I just gave Mike a mohawk. Check it out. And I was so alarmed when I saw the photo.
Yeah.
It looks great. Don't you love it?
I'm
Your
not a Mohawk
silence
fan,
is
but Mike,
deafening.
you look good. No, honestly, seriously, Mike, you have a good face. You look good with anything. You're like Sinead O'Connor. You could shave your head.
Wow.
You'd be fine. But a mohawk to me, it's not a hairstyle that I like. So I was alarmed. It almost looked like It was like Mike is a cartoon character.
That's exactly what he said this morning. We were trying to figure out what cartoon character he
Yeah,
looks like.
it's that skinny one with the blue hair, the blue mohawk. I can't remember his name, but yeah, that's who I look like.
I don't know. But speaking of blue hair, I also was inspired and I made Bam Bam's ear blue.
Oh,
Cutest
wow.
thing. Wait, just one
She
ear?
looks so good. Just one ear. We'll post a
And you're
picture
making
of it. I'll
fun
send
of
you
Mike's
pictures.
mohawk. You gave your dog a one blue ear haircut.
She looks like a little hippie. But
Aw.
I had read, I think when I was younger, when like we were teenagers, people would dye their hair with Kool-Aid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, why can't I use my drink mix packets, my Jolly Rancher blue drink mix packets, to make my dog's ear blue? And it worked out well.
You should match her. You should dye your bangs blue.
I actually tried to dip part of the ends of my hair. I'm going to show you on Zoom, but people can't see it.
Mm-mm.
It didn't really work, I think, because my hair's too dark.
Too dark,
Unless
yeah.
actually, oh no, that's my sweatshirt string.
That's really funny, Lisa. I was like,
No,
I
I
do
don't
see
think it-
something
I
dark.
was like, I do. No, it didn't really work, but I was worried because she really smells like blue raspberry now.
That's
And I was
adorable.
worried that Lolly was going to try to eat it, but I realized after that it's not real sugar. It was an artificial sweetener, and I think animals avoid artificial
Oh, no.
sweeteners.
Yeah, I think it's just xylitol. It's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure, that's bad. But I
Yeah.
just mean, like, I remember, we're totally getting sidetracked now, but it's fine.
It's a trend, dyeing your hair during quarantine.
No, but like we once had this giant infestation of ants like 20 years ago, and they were all drawn to these like snow cone syrups that we had,
Mhm.
and they completely avoided the sugar-free ones.
Wow.
So it's not that I mean Lolly was like not allowed to eat it. I just
Oh,
feel
I
like
see what you're
dogs
saying.
they
Yeah.
avoid fake sweeteners.
Uh-oh, what do they know that we don't?
How do they know?
Everything.
That's really amazing that they can figure it out. Although I just found out that dogs might be able to tell if you have the coronavirus now. They're testing dogs or training dogs to do that. So I guess smelling artificial sweetener is another superpower that they have.
Yeah. No, dogs have super duper noses, and they can smell there are a lot of cancer sniffing dogs, and they smell things we don't smell. That's why they're always like sniffing. Like,
Yeah.
when you open a window, they just
Mhm.
sniff the uncontrollable sniffing. Anyway, I guess we should move on to the trends.
Let's do
'cause
it.
that's what we're here for. All right, the first trend that we're going to talk about, it's at-home coffee drinks.
Yes.
And I specifically want to talk a little bit about the whipped coffee. It's called a Dalgona. It took me forever to figure out how to pronounce it. But I know Starbucks are now starting to open up, and I think a lot of people are starting to make coffee at home and getting used to that. And I love that because I've made a bunch of videos on Facebook where you can make great, like almost better tasting, better for you, and way cheaper coffee drinks right in your house. And this whipped coffee trend, I know, Mike, you probably were excited about it because it looks exactly like peanut butter.
Mhm.
Have you noticed?
Yes, I was.
And you thought it was peanut butter coffee.
I did. Well, a lot of the stuff you've been doing too has had peanut butter in it. So I thought it was just another peanut butter.
Just another
Recipe.
peanut butter thing for you. Me sending you private messages,
Oh, boy.
communicating with you about peanut butter. But no, but this coffee drink, it really does look like peanut butter. Everyone who sees it says the same thing. And it's not just, it's the coolest thing ever because I'll just give you the normal recipe and then tell you how you can lighten it up. But basically you take 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, but think about how much that is because normally our drinks contain 1 teaspoon. So this is 6 times the amount of coffee. So if you think you're not going to be like wired after drinking it, you're wrong. So it's 2 tablespoons of instant coffee, 2 tablespoons usually of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of water, like a warm water, and then you whip it up. And I remember the first time I tried it, I used a whisk, and I was whisking it in a bowl.
Must have
but
taken forever.
First, you have no idea. So I said, okay, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to try it with 1 tablespoon of sugar and 1 tablespoon of monk fruit.
Oh.
But instead of monk fruit, you could use stevia or whatever sweetener of choice, right?
Mhm.
So I whisked it in a bowl, and it took like 20 minutes, and I wanted to cry.
Probably
And I
burned
was
off all the
walking-
calories in the sugar.
Oh, absolutely. And then I was walking while I was doing it. And then after those 20 minutes, I looked down and I realized my kitchen was a wreck. Like there were splashes and spots of coffee all over everything. So I was like, it's not going to work. So I used a hand mixer
Hmm.
and that worked beautifully. So if you have a hand mixer, just mix it until it looks like peanut butter, basically for like 2 or 3 minutes. before I tell you what to do with it, I am going to say this. My niece discovered that if you just put it in a glass and then hold the whisk, we're going to have to put up a video to show what I'm talking about. But if you hold the whisk in between your palms and just sort of like roll your hands together.
Like as if you were trying to start a fire with sticks, like
exactly.
that kind of motion.
Yes.
Now
Jamie,
you don't need a video.
You don't need a video. You're a genius. Exactly.
Thank you,
Pretend you're trying to start a fire with the whisk, and it just froths up in like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. It's so much easier.
I wonder if it would work if you put it in like one of those smoothie containers, like a container with a lid, and you just like shook it up really vigorously. No?
Shaking doesn't work. No. We tried that too. Okay. Shaking won't work. But that once you get that perfect texture, it's so thick that you pour it over a glass. Like I put a ton of ice in the glass, and then I use unsweetened vanilla almond breeze because to me it's the best tasting almond milk. But you just pour it over that, and you have like this. It's like an upside down latte, foamy, delicious creation. It's total. It lives up to the hype.
I want one, and we have an official recipe, so we will give you the link to the recipe page on hungry-girl.com/foodcast.
Yeah, and the recipe that we ran is a half and half recipe, so it is half sugar, half monk fruit. But you can make it all with monk fruit or stevia. I've tried it, and I do now half versions of it. I do 1 tablespoon, 1, 1, and 1, and you can make a smaller version of it too. It really works out well. I think you can just play around with it.
Yeah, just be careful with stevia and monk fruit. Make sure, because some of them are twice as sweet as sugar, so you don't want to use you'd have to use half as much of it. Do you know what I mean? Well, if you have like a stevia product that's twice as sweet as sugar, you would only want a half a tablespoon or a tablespoon.
Well, then it wouldn't work out texture-wise.
Oh,
but I do think monk fruit is twice as sweet as sugar, but still
it worked.
We're using it.
It's so much coffee. It's so much coffee that it could use the sweetness.
It's so much of everything. It's a very extra sort of coffee drink. And I don't know if once this whole quarantine is over, people are still going to be drawn to it, or it's just that people are excited about something new and different because they're trapped in their houses.
I want one. I haven't tried it yet.
I want to make one for you, Jamie. Maybe I should make one and drop it off at your house.
That's really funny. You make the best coffee drinks. Every once in a while, Lisa will be like, I have a new thing, and you'll ask me what my calorie budget is. You're like, how many calories can I put in this? And you make the best coffee drinks.
I always set it up that way. And that's why, like, when I make things for my niece, she used to say, I don't care. Like, who cares about calories? But lately, she's starting to count calories, and it's really adorable. Yeah, it's very cute. Like today, she was horrified because I got her a Daiya pizza. It's been impossible to find vegan pizza during this whole quarantine, and finally, they had the Daiya pizza, and she just was staring at the box, just could not believe that this tiny pizza was 3 servings with 400 calories each.
Wow.
She was like, how can that be?
Aww,
anyway, she ate the whole thing. So I know I mentioned this once before, but we've gone through like 10 containers of the Pacific Barista Series almond milk. It's like this, I don't know if it's new, but it's like a sweetened 70 calorie per cup, specially like for coffee milk from Pacific, and it's really good. And I got it on Amazon, and I bought like 10 containers of it, and there's like only 2 left. So
wait, 2 left in your house or 2 left on Amazon?
No, 2 left in my house. But in honesty, it's like Lauren just drinks coffee drinks all day, every day. So, but I highly recommend it. It's really, really good. And the usual stuff that I always have matcha packets and really good instant coffee. And I still love the Veranda Starbucks instant via. It's great. And just always make sure you have good ice. To me, like ice is the most important thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing that we've been running out of, that we finally caved and got ice cube trays so we could keep our ice maker full because we were just going through it too quickly.
Yeah.
I want to buy, you guys having a big wedding anniversary anytime soon, because there's a gift that I really want to buy you guys.
Is it a pellet ice maker? Because that's like my dream. Yeah. That's my dream.
The tabletop one. Did you see it? We should link to it. It's very
expensive. Opal one? It's like $400. I eye it all the time, and I can't convince myself to pull the trigger, but I'm obsessed. Pellet ice is the best. I think we have like 12 years and 2 months and 3 days coming up. That's an important anniversary.
Wow. That was pretty impressive that you pulled that right out.
It's actually pretty close. Were we 12 years in February or 11?
No, it was 12 years. It was 2008.
We're
old.
So
yeah, it's been 12 years, and
Some
2
change.
months and almost 3 months. Yeah.
Wow. Well, the big 1-3. Maybe you'll get a pellet ice maker.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah, that is lucky. Okay, well, we ready for the next trend?
Bring it on.
Baking.
Oh, yeah.
Baking. Specifically, like I think everybody's making banana bread.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I have to say we have the best banana bread recipe in the history of banana bread.
It's so good and it's so easy. It's like people that don't think they can bake, you can make this recipe.
Can we post it?
Of course.
Okay, we're going to post it on the show page, which is hungry-girl.com/foodcast. And the thing is, like, I've been finding myself trying to think of swaps because, again, there's a lot of baking going on in my house. Being quarantined with a 20-year-old who is always hungry, who always wants to bake something. She's like, what can I use instead of a cup of oil? What can I use instead of, eggs? And so we've been just finding ways to replace things. And first of all, wheat flour is impossible to find right now.
Really?
Have you noticed that?
No, but I'm not a big baker.
I'm not a huge baker either, but we've been using some white flour.
Didn't you buy like a 12-pound bag?
I was going to tell you we accidentally got a 25-pound bag of flour.
25!
So, although I usually replace the wheat flour, we have been using white flour in some things. But also you can use oat flour, real, like legit oat flour, or you can just take oatmeal, put it in a blender, and turn it into flour.
Wow.
That's such a good hack. Such a good hack.
So good. So great. And then also peanut butter powder is peanut flour, and it works like flour.
Yeah. You don't even, if you just use some of it and there's other flavors, like it doesn't even necessarily make what you're making taste like peanut butter.
No, right, exactly. Not at all. Like some of the time you want it to taste more like peanut butter. Some of the time you just have no idea that there's any peanut butter flavor in it, but it totally works. I've been using a lot of pumpkin and applesauce and Greek yogurt instead of oil. And it just works. You just have to, the funny thing is baking is definitely an exact science. So if you screw up a little bit, a lot of times your cake is a little more dense or a little flatter than you want it to be. But if you just play around with the ingredients, you can usually get it to work. Or if you just follow our recipe exactly, it's perfect.
I was going to say, or just lower your standards,
Yeah.
I want to make, is there such a thing as like a pancake muffin?
That's a very Lisa thing, actually. Yeah. The oat cake.
Yeah. There's a lot. I think a lot of the recipes, like Hungry Girl recipes, are like a cross between a cake, a pancake, a muffin, a bake. Like you could just call it whatever you want. And if you want it to be more pancakey, you just add a tiny bit, like more flour or more of something else. But if you want it to be more muffiny, I don't know. It also depends on what you bake it in.
Well,
if you bake it in a muffin tin.
If you top it with syrup, it's a pancake. If you top it with butter, it's a muffin.
There you go.
True. Or butter and syrup. It's also a pancake.
True.
Yeah. Now I want to, what we should do is post that cake that I made on Facebook.
Yes,
that like peanut butter oat cake.
Yeah.
That's like the best thing ever with a little bit of butter and syrup. So we're going to post that too. And then also like making little cakes in a mug. Like, I don't know. We should probably link to some of those recipes as well. Like I have that little pineapple cake. And I think we had a few others. The 3. Yeah.
Well, I feel like cake mix is another good baking hack because it's like it's got all of the sweetener and the flour and the baking powder. Like everything's built in.
It's true. It's true. But I have to say, like, I've been testing it out because I go live on Facebook so much and I'm always taking whatever I have in the pantry and trying to make new things out of it. And the cake mix stuff, it's a little flat. Like I feel like you need to add more to it. And I always add a little more baking powder just to puff it up a little. But yeah, I have a lot of cake mix that I don't know what to do with in the pantry. I should just make a cake and leave it on your doorstep. I'm leaving a lot of stuff.
Please do.
All right, the next trend. Are you ready?
Trend number 3.
Cooking out of the pantry with packaged foods.
Interesting. When you first said that, I imagined you were like putting something into the pantry, closing the door, and expecting to open it like an oven door. Cooking in the pantry.
Kind of like a Superman in the phone booth kind of situation.
Yeah, like a smart house.
Open the door.
Or like
a smart house.
Remember in Back to the Future 2 when they put the little tiny speck of a pizza in the microwave, and 2 seconds later a big full 12-inch or 16-inch pizza pops out. Remember that?
No, but
Lisa doesn't
that
watch
sounds like my
movies.
dream
Now she
scene.
needs one.
Wait, you've never seen the Back to the Future trilogy?
I saw the first one. I think I might have seen the second one, but I don't remember that scene. First one's the best. Like, there's nothing as good as the original Back to the Future.
Yeah, but 3 is really good. I mean, you have to be you have to accept that they're in the Old West, so it's like a Western.
No, I
It's
won't
really
accept that.
good. It's
unacceptable.
So good.
I'm never accepting that.
ZZ
But I
Top's
did
the band in it. I mean, how can you
No,
not like it?
no. I don't like them. Their beards are upsetting.
Okay.
They're like food catchers.
I was just thinking that they must get crumbs stuck in them all the time.
Tons of crumbs. But I did watch my favorite movie of all time the other day, The Holiday, which I don't think there's ever going to be a movie that's as good as that movie. So I might just stop watching movies and just watch that movie at least once a week.
Is that the
because I love it so much.
Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz one where they switch places?
Exactly.
Yeah. Jack Black is in it, I think, too, right? Or no?
Yeah, Jack Black. You know, I love Jack Black, and I just thought he was a little cloying in that movie.
Mm.
Jude Law was amazing.
Not gonna lie, I
And
have
Eli
not seen
Wallach.
that movie.
What? Wait, you've never seen it?
Nope. Is that my homework tonight?
Yes. It's a long movie. Will you watch it this week?
Probably not.
Ah, Jamie, it's
All right,
like
only
I
if we can
cried
give
100
you only if
times.
we can give you a movie assignment.
Fine.
Mike, we're gonna have to talk about this. It's not gonna be Back to the Future.
No, okay. By the end of the episode, we'll have a movie.
Nothing with ZZ Top.
Fair
Okay.
enough.
All right, so wait, getting back to
Yes.
the pantry cooking. So it's about like when I walk into the pantry, I always see things that I'm like, oh, this is here now. And for me, for whatever reason during the quarantine, it's stuff like palmini, white rice, banza pasta. It's all just sitting there. And I say, I'm going to just like make a whole bunch of this, keep it in the fridge. And then I tend to mix it with a spiralized green giant veggie or some kind of broccoli slaw to bulk it up. And I throw whatever in with it. Like I know this is not necessarily a pantry find, or it's definitely not a pantry find, but I have a lot of like lean protein options that are in the freezer that I just throw in the skillet or throw in the microwave, and you just build your meal.
Yeah.
Like, what are you eating the most of?
What are we eating the most of? I'm still eating a lot of salad, although I have to be careful without like not to run out. But our freezer is very full, so we're doing a lot of freezer cooking. So we have frozen veggies, frozen protein like chicken burgers. I really like those Costco Don Lee chicken burgers. But yeah, like I'm like you, like lots of combinations of veggies, protein, and then like sauces and marinades.
And I'm eating a lot of tuna. It's really weird. It's like tuna had fallen. You know what? It comes in and out of favor in my life. I go in phases, but I cannot tell you how much tuna I've been eating in so many different ways. I made those corn tuna salad boats. Then I've been making these like tuna crunchy rice cake things. I think it's a great snack and meal. I love tuna, and I've been figuring out like fun different add-ins. I chop up apples. I use a lot of red
yum.
onions. I use pickles. Yeah, it's
I love that idea, apples and tuna. I kind of want to make some now. But I feel like tuna is just the greatest. There's not a lot of shelf-stable proteins, except for maybe protein powder. But tuna
tuna
wins.
kills that.
It wins the award. Yeah, I remember when the quarantine first started, like the second day, and everything was sold out at the stores. I was so nervous, and I went to the grocery store, and I was like stockpiling all of the tuna. Like I didn't know.
You're the reason.
I'm the reason.
You're the reason. All right. I also love oats. Like oats have made such a comeback in my life. I've been making oat bakes. I make oat pancakes. I made those oaty banana cookies. I make growing oats. I've made overnight oats. I make savory oats. I can't even believe how I've gone through like 2 giant canisters of oats.
You're like the Forrest Gump of oats.
Thank you.
Really? It's the Bubba Gump.
Gump.
It's Bubba, yeah. Not
You're the Bubba.
of oats.
Bubba Oats.
Bubba oats.
Please
like
don't
bubblegum
tell me
shrimp.
you've never seen.
Wait, have you not seen
I've
Forrest Gump?
seen Life is Like a Box of Chocolates. Of course I've seen Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Okay. That won't
I
be the
love
movie
Tom
then.
Hanks. Are we done with pantry foods? I think we are. I think the bottom line is this. You need to keep a lot of things in your house that you can just reach for and throw together, right?
Yes.
That's the bottom
And
line.
you have
It's
to be
not
willing
about-
to experiment. Like it doesn't need to be an official fancy recipe. Like just see what you have, combine things, have fun, experiment. It's not that hard.
I totally agree. And then as far as snack foods, I will say this. There have been some superstar snack foods that have found their way into my life during
Tell
this.
us. And into your heart?
Into my face, into my heart, and into my life. And normally in my real life, this is what I eat. I eat meat sticks.
Mm-hmm.
I eat seaweed snacks. I eat some bean snacks. I love the Enlightened, like Bada Bean.
Best.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
And I eat bars, but I have to say I'm not really eating those things during the quarantine. Is that weird?
Well, no, because you have the ability to make more mini meals. Like these are very on-the-go snacks.
Yes, that's exactly right. So the snacks that I find myself eating are more snacky. And one of the snacks that I actually, and I swear to you, Jamie, you're going to be like, I don't even know you, Lisa. I have eaten probably 4 bags of those cookies. What are those cookies?
Home free?
Yes, home free. I have home free vanilla cookies. They're 150 calories a pack. And it's like the best thing on the planet.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. I've eaten, I wouldn't say I eat them maybe once a week, but I'm telling you, like home run, home free cookies.
Who is sitting in front of me with a Lisa mask on?
It's not
Take
me.
off your mask. Who's under there?
I don't know. And I'm eating rice cakes like it's 1988. Like I'm sitting with my mother in the kitchen as she's rhinestoning her sweatshirts that she used to make. Literally rice cakes. It's such a retro snack, but I've been eating them.
Well, I feel like now is a time when people want to eat more and it's, you can easily go overboard with calories. And that's just an easy food. If you're eating a lot and you want to just have something low calorie and not have to worry about it all adding up, those things are like, what are they, like 50 calories for a giant rice cake?
Yeah, some of them are 45. The cheddar ones are 45. Wow. And wait, I'm going to tell you, I have cheddar. I have sour cream and onion, by the way, which is out of this world with tuna. The sour cream and onion mixed with tuna.
It's like a tuna casserole upside down and inside out.
It's just great. And I don't have the buttered popcorn, but I have a friend that's been raving about the buttered popcorn ones. And I have the caramel ones and the chocolate ones. It's true. But I'm experimenting with recipes, so that's my main excuse.
Very cool. I like it. Your extra time is our benefit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I still have a lot of fruit. Are you guys eating a lot of fruit? I eat an orange every day and an apple.
I eat an orange every day and an apple. Oh my gosh, we're so similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I eat berries at night. Yeah, basically.
Are you really cleaning your apples and oranges like really well, like in soap and water?
Well, yes. And I also have that crazy, what is it called? Fit Veggie Wash, like that spray. I've been spraying it like with a spray bottle.
Like it's Lolly barking. Don't you spray Lolly when she's
You make it sound so mean. It's just a little spritz.
She loves it.
She loves it.
It's a little shower.
She loves it. Who doesn't want to be sprayed with a spray bottle? Okay. The final trend of the day. Are you ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
We're ready.
Cocktails.
Yay. All
right. We're ready, Lisa, but are you ready?
Not really.
I
really haven't. What? What do you mean? What am I missing?
Well, I have a surprise for you.
What?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you sure you're ready?
Yes. Wait, oh my God, something is happening.
Something's happening? What's happening?
Yeah, wait, there's a cocktail being delivered to me. What is going on here? What is this? This is beautiful.
I had a cocktail made for you.
Stop it.
Please take a picture with it. It's beautiful. I'm taking
a picture right now.
I told Lauren.
I'm putting you guys on hold to take this photo because it's never going to look like this again.
Wow, she outdid herself.
This is gorgeous. Whoa, this is the prettiest. First of all, it's the prettiest cocktail I've ever seen. And the straw matches the cocktail. What is this?
Lauren's the best.
What do I owe this for?
Lauren's the best. Well, so this 4th trend is cocktails and all about Zoom happy hours being a trend and a thing. So I thought I had to make sure that you had a cocktail to enjoy while we talked about it.
There you go.
What? Are you crazy?
No.
And you have my colors. Did you specify the colors?
I actually said to Lauren, you can put anything you want in it as long as it's a cocktail. So
I can't even get this. Is so I'm scared to try.
So we're really lucky that she made something beautiful and hopefully it's Hungry Girl friendly. Uh-oh.
What
too
the
strong?
heck is this?
Is it too strong?
No, I just don't know what it is. It's like it is so gorgeous.
It's a slushy.
Anyway, is there alcohol in this?
There
is
should
she trying
be.
to get me drunk?
Yeah, it's a cocktail. Come on.
All right, I'll drink it later. It's really beautiful and delicious.
Good.
Whatever it is, it's like the color of Bam Bam's ear.
One of my favorite Facebook Lives that you've done was the one where you were drinking throughout it, and by the end you were slurring your words a little.
I have to tell you, like, I literally have not had any cocktails during the pandemic except when I'm doing my Facebook Lives with them. So I have 2 sips, and that's it. Like, tomorrow, which is really yesterday, we're doing a Cinco de Mayo margarita one, and I fully expect for that same thing to happen.
Tomorrow, which is yesterday. That's very Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Did you see the meme about Back to the Future where it says, it's like Marty McFly with Christopher Lloyd. What's his character again? What's his name?
Doc Brown.
Yes, Doc Brown. And he's like, whatever you do, don't go to 2020.
Yeah.
That's great.
Anyway, so getting back to the cocktails, Zoom happy hours are a trend because people would rather not drink alone. And it's kind of fun and cool to like make cocktails and talk to your friends and stare at them while you're making cocktails at home. But like I showed people, and I can take pictures of it for the show page, the most important thing that I have in my house and in my possession are those sugar-free drink mix packets when it comes to cocktails, which enable us to make drinks that look like this.
Gorgeous. That one's layered, right?
Yeah,
so
it's
it's got to
really
be 2
nice.
different flavors.
She did it. Did you tell her to make a layered cocktail?
No, I literally said put any alcohol in any liquid. I just thought it would be fun. I gave her no direction.
She learned.
She outdid
from-
herself.
Well, she's been watching you all this time. I mean, your videos have worked on Lauren.
She must have paid attention. Hopefully she's not drinking anything because she's not 21 yet. But that's another story. So the sugar-free drink mix packets, the reason why I like them so much is because they come in so many different flavors and they have no calories pretty much, like maybe 5 calories or 10 calories. And when it comes to cocktails, I always say the same thing. You really want all the calories just to come from the alcohol if you can, as much as possible. Because when you get fruity, delicious, sweet drinks, normally when you're out, they're just putting in tons of syrups and sugars and sugary fruits. And it's just not worth it.
And you don't
might
need
as well
it.
just, like especially because the flavors of these, and you get them on Amazon, and they're like a penny. Literally, not your penny, but a penny.
Which, by the way, she's been very quiet this whole episode. I'm very proud of her.
Don't jinx it.
What? Where did you stuff her someplace?
She's just sitting on my lap.
Oh,
Lauren gave her a cocktail too.
But if you go to the dollar store, like when the world goes back to normal, you go to like the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store, you can get these sugar-free drink mix packets for $1 or 2 for $1 for 8 sticks. So they're really inexpensive, and I love them. And then I also like frozen mango and frozen pineapple. Those add a little bit of calories, but wow, what it does for the flavor and texture of your drink is unbelievable.
Just
I
those
wish you guys
two.
had-
You could make mocktails, like even if you don't drink, like I don't drink, but I could make a mocktail with the frozen fruit and the drink mix packets and like some no calorie, like Sprite, something like that. Oh, you are going to town on that drink, Lisa.
I'm trying to get any of it. It's very frozen. So it's the ice is stuck in the straw because I'm still not sure what flavor it is. So it's not like I'm getting
It's
much of
blue
it.
and green flavor.
Okay. I think it's Hawaiian Punch Berry Blue
Mm-hmm.
and Jolly Rancher Green. Or it could be Skittles.
Wow.
Oh, that sounds good.
It might be Skittles. Anyway, I should make you a cocktail and leave it outside your door.
You're gonna have
get a
quite the
lot of stuff
delivery.
outside your door. And then of course you need a good blender or a magic bullet to throw it all in. If you want a frozen cocktail. If not, you can use the same ingredients and just not have it be frozen. Just mix it up and pour it over ice.
Definitely.
Yeah, and people are using your Daily Bright Boost, which is really my Daily Bright Boost, but
Now it's
called your
ours.
Daily Bright Boost. They're using that for cocktails, which is also I think, was it a myth? I used to hear that you shouldn't use energy drinks, but maybe those are the real like monster.
I
energy
think
drinks.
that's what it is because people were taking like Monster
think-
crazy
and Red Bull.
caffeinated drinks and then mixing them with
Right.
alcohol, so you're just like caffeinated
Right.
and drunk and out of your. But that's not the same with your Daily Bright Boost. You'll just be energized and happy and drunk.
Yeah. And
It's just a vitamin infused drug.
Yeah.
I think it was also like at raves, like people doing other things, other chemicals, I should say, mixing that with all the other stuff, and it's just bad. It's a recipe for disaster.
Literally.
Do we
Yeah.
have a
Alright, so don't
recipe
do
for
that.
disaster? That would be a good name for a recipe.
We have a lot of disaster recipes, but no recipe for disaster. Anyway, I think that wraps it up. This was a silly episode.
Silly and fun. I enjoyed it.
I liked it.
I liked it
fun
too.
is trending.
My mohawk, I think, set the tone for this whole episode.
So if you go to the show page, you're going to see Mike's mohawk. You're going to see Bam Bam's blue ear. You're going to see my fancy cocktail drink.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I mean, there's recipes.
Whoa. More information about your daily Bright Boost, because it's not just for cocktails. It's actually for everyday energy and beauty.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just for cocktails.
Yeah.
That should be how
That's the
it's
tagline, not just for cocktails.
All right.
was
Well,
fun.
I guess that's it. This was great. It's always nice to see you, even
You
if it's just
too.
on Zoom.
I thought you were going to say
Virtual
even if
hugs.
you have a mohawk.
Well, he's sort of in the background, so I can't really see it, but I'll check out the show page to get a better view.
Sounds good.
All right, wrapping things up. I'm Lisa Lillian, also known as Hungry Girl. Till next time, chew the right thing.